What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Ace Metaphor, and this is the Ace of Hearts podcast coming at you one time for the one time. Now, I do understand that it's a Saturday morning and it's early. You know, it's really, really early on a Saturday morning. But I had a few moments to myself, so I wanted to try to keep my commitment of doing this as much as I can. So what we're gonna do is I want to say this. If you are on Instagram and you want to ask me a question live, what I need you to do is you can go to the link in my bio and you can ask me a question live. I see Christian. I see you over there. I see you. I see you up there. Yeah, I see you. I'll get to you in a second. So what I'm gonna do is, since people acting like they slow to come in, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a question from Instagram just to get things started. Um, all right, this is the question. The question is, my husband had an affair and now he wants to work on things. What should I do? Listen, it is difficult. This is a difficult decision. Now, before I go forward with my advice, I want to tell you this. As a grown adult woman that married a grown adult man, you have to understand that there is work that's going to have to be done inside the relationship. Now, unfortunately, and this is the part that I want everybody to take home. Unfortunately, a lot of people want to do the work after they commit a poor decision that's hurtful to you and the family. It's amazing how that person wants to work afterwards, but not want to work before. You know what I'm saying? How do you want to work afterwards on these things, but before you didn't want to do the work in order to avoid these things? So let me repeat this for the people in the back. There are people in your life that always want to do the work after. Those people are easy to find. It's easy to find a man that wants to make a mistake and do the work after. Find a man that wants to do the work before to avoid the mistake. That's the man you need to find. But seems like you're past that. Okay, it seems like you're past that. So what I need you to do is understand this. Life isn't always a walk in the park. If the benefits of staying outweighs the benefits of leaving, then that's a tough decision you're going to have to make. Especially when people are married. I hate being the leave police when people are married. However, there's just certain things that you probably can't tolerate. And if cheating and having an affair is one of those things, even biblically speaking, the Bible talks about the grounds for divorce. Adultery is a grounds for divorce. So in your head, you got to be like, is this something I can tolerate or move past or heal from? Do I feel like the likelihood of this man changing his course is great or not? And then you have to say to yourself, am I willing to do the work? Either way, are you willing to do the work on your marriage, or are you willing to do the work to leave, heal, and find a new husband? Both avenues take work. So I know you want to hear me say, leave his ass. You know what I'm saying? And that is my go-to advice for a lot of situations. But when you are married, there's a certain level of commitment. There's a certain level of last resortness. However, what I want to remind you is that person knew that before they cheated on you. You know what I'm saying? That person really knew that there was a possibility you could find out and you can leave, and they did it anyway. So what should you do? It's up to you. It really is up to you. I'm gonna give you my final synopsis. And Nancy, I see you on there. Nancy, you want to talk to me in a second? You ready? All right, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm about to get to you in a second, okay? I just wanted to check and make sure you was good. All right, so look, here's my synopsis in these particular situations. My synopsis is, listen, it is difficult. It is difficult when you have infidelity inside of a marriage. And no one can truly tell you what you should do, because ultimately it was your decision and that person's decision to enter. And so you have to be the sole decider as to whether or not you want to leave. Okay. Things to chew on is, again, people will always want you to work on things after the poor decision, but they don't want to work on things before to prevent it. And that is the issue. So if you are in this stage of splitting hairs to make a decision, just get a piece of paper and write down the pros and the cons of staying. And I'll be honest with you. People act like your relationship was all the way great before the cheating happens. To be honest, shit was probably shitty before. I mean, let's be for real. The relationship was probably shitty before the cheating. The cheating is like the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? It's like the, and that's what y'all need to really understand. Like, I can see if the relationship was, I'm not going to say perfect, but damn near perfect, great, functional, healthy, otherwise good, great father, great man, great husband, visionary, leader, provider, emotionally, spiritually, financially, physically, sexually was good and shit. And this man had an affair. Then it'd be a tough ass decision. You'd be sitting there like, what should I do? But y'all don't be getting cheated on by them type of men. I mean, you still do. I mean, people cheat, but most often it be men you tired of anyway. That's halfway trifling anyway. And that's why I feel like it should be an easier decision than most make it. All right. Nancy, you ready for me? All right, let me ask you real quick.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, wonderful. So my question would be more towards the ending of the relationship. I found myself I was married for 10 years and now I'm divorcing. Throughout my marriage, though, I was more so alone. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, we were only together really for like the first 2 years, and then we were separated for the remainder. So I'm running into contact with people that, of course, I'm working on myself, self-care, and I'm prioritizing myself and my relationship with my children. But I'm finding that, if I do decide that I want to date, I'm okay with it. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I'm finding that I'm running into people who um are dictating my level of, how you say, spiritual health, or I don't know how to, wholeness they call it. Like, I'm not
Explain that to me.
okay. So basically people are saying to me, oh well, that was a long time, you're not healed, you're not whole, you need more time before you can decide to get out there and meet new people and talk to anyone. And I disagree with that. So I guess I wanted to know your thoughts on a person's level of wholeness. Um,
What type of people are saying that to you? What people are saying those things to you?
these are people who are supposed to be like friends.
Okay. Do you trust these friends in their judgment?
Usually, usually,
Not
but
on this one.
lately, huh?
And there's been multiple people to tell you the same thing.
Well, yeah, I would say one or two, just like one or two. I have other friends that are for it, because they know the situation. But the main people that I think I had the most respect for,
Mhm.
um, it just didn't sit right with me. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Let
I
me
don't
say
know what
this.
you think about it.
Let me say this. Okay.
Mm.
A couple different things. Um, I love you, so I'm gonna challenge you a little bit. Um, but you're still married.
Correct. Yeah, technically, yes.
Technically? What's it technically for? You're still married, correct?
Yes, I am.
So if a shrewd person says this is not a time for you to be actively trying to date, you would feel like that they were wrong.
No, it's not now. Like right now, this is not currently, like I said, I'm focusing on myself. But it's like after my divorce, because we have conversations like, oh, well, once it finalizes, honey, you know,
But we
uh
can't. That's hypotheticalizing. Okay, that's potentializing. We're talking about right now. And you got to echo, so I'm gonna mute you real quick. You're hypotheticalizing. Here's the thing. We're talking about right now. Right. Your premise is saying you have certain people that you value their opinion, that you trust, and they're saying, hey, listen, you need to heal first. You need to become whole first. And you said it's rubbing you the wrong way. And what I am saying is these people are speaking to your current situation. Currently, you are still married. And I know for you, you're like, okay, well, I mean, I get it. I am married, but it's been this, it's been that, it's been so long. I'm getting a divorce, yada, yada, yada. But here's the difference. And let me explain it to you like this. I used to be a nurse. I was a nurse for like 9 years. That's what I did. I passed pills and started IVs and stuff. And what I would tell people when they had an infection is the doctors prescribed you 14 days of antibiotic therapy. In 5 days, you're going to feel better. But I need you to take the rest of the 9 days. And you know what people do? They feel better in 5 days and they don't take the rest of their antibiotic therapy. And guess what happened? They get sick again. My point to you right now is right now you feel fine, but you're not taking the full prescription. The full prescription is, and ladies and men gonna be mad at me. The full prescription is don't really consider dating until your divorce is final. It causes so many different headaches, and you're starting a relationship on faulty foundation. All right, you're starting it there. Now I'm about to get to you. Go ahead. Hold on? Let me finish this point. It's on faulty foundation. Now I get what you're saying. You're like, but I don't even talk to this man. I don't even think about this. But do you truly want to start something before completely closing the door on something else? And I know in your specific situation, you're going to reason how it's different. But too many times, ghosts from the relationships past haunt our present one because we refuse to shut and lock the door to our past before moving forward completely. Even if you leave a crack open, that gives the potential of those previous demons coming to infect your next relationship. So if someone is saying, hey, I don't think you're ready yet, and you value them, and just hearing you talk for 30 seconds, the marriage part is hard for me to get past. So go ahead. What's up?
That's what I mean. That I am a firm believer in that, because and like my marriage, my divorce finalizes within a few weeks. You understand what I'm saying? And I've held that mindset of, as long as I'm married to this person, I'm still tied to them. The problem comes in after. This is where it's bothering me, because I'm talking about after my divorce finalizing, me deciding, you know what? I was alone for 7 years. I think, I'm ready to just flourish. And they're like, oh, you need to take like a year or two and just be by yourself. And that's what I want to know. Like, who gets to decide the length of time that you need to be healed for after that process is over?
Okay. Couple things. It's hard. It's hard. Like, finish the race. Finish the race. Finish this task. Right now, you looking past the rest of the race. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get your divorce. You know what I'm saying? Then see how you feel then. But you ain't got it yet. So I know you like, oh, it's coming. It's 3 weeks away. I'm just trying to look ahead. Finish this particular race. Okay. And then see how it affects you afterwards. Because right now you hypotheticalizing. You're like, I'm about to be living my best life. But it might hit you a little bit differently. So I'm just saying, be patient. If it's a few weeks away, then just don't be thinking about no dating and stuff right now. Just focus completely on that. But you're correct. And I'm going to be honest with you. No one likes being told what to do. You know what I'm saying? When it doesn't align with what they want to do. Is it a general thumb best practice to take some time for yourself after a divorce? Yes. So if someone is telling you that, it doesn't mean that they're not, that they're anti-Nancy or anti-you. That just seems like really shrewd advice. Now, let me ask you this. Um, if you don't mind, you said you were married to this person for 10 years, correct? Okay. And you guys have been non-communicating for how long? Hold on, let me unmute you. I can't hear you. I think you gotta unmute yourself.
Okay, hold on. Okay. We communicate because we have a child, but romantically, for like 2 years now. So that's when the physical stopped.
Okay. All right. And you still been kind of have you been kicking it other places
No.
since?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It's a bit. Hold on. Let me.
Oh, you need me to
Listen. Go
mute?
ahead.
Okay.
No, 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 no. Oh, nah. Okay. So you've been straight for 2 years. Like you ain't smelled no other roses. You know what? You ain't got to say that shit because we on YouTube. So don't listen. Just blink, blink. See, there you go. You blinked. I know what's up. I know I was playing with you. So she said, "Mm-mm, mm-mm." Okay. So here's all right. So here's my general advice. And then I'm gonna let you go. I do understand where you're coming from, and I do understand how it can be difficult to want to do something, but then the people around you, they disagree with the movements you're going to make. Because ultimately, if we value people and their opinions, we want them to be on our side with things we really want to do. However, this is the part where when you surround yourself with competent, wise people, you have to trust their counsel. And because they become almost your reflection. If these are true friends to you, the ones you value the most, and I must admit, these probably are the ones you value the most because you said you got other people like, girl, go forward, girl, go forward. But these one or two people or three people, those words are sticking with you because you value them. And maybe subconsciously, you might feel like there's some merit to it. So here's what I'm saying. It's your life. Do what you want to do with it. And ultimately, people give you their input, but they're not going to lose sleep if you go decide to date somebody. They're just saying, okay, I feel like you've been in a marriage for 10 years. How about you give yourself 10 months of singleness? Like really being single. You are saying, well, we've been separated, so that counts as me to being single. No, you ain't been single in 10 years. So maybe being single for 10 months isn't the worst decision. But the fact that you are taking it so heavy means that there's more of an internal conflict about this issue than I think you are admitting. Because ultimately, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I get advice from somebody, I'm either gonna take it or not. But I'm not gonna get, I'm not gonna let it weigh on me. You know what I'm saying? And so maybe the reason it's weighing on you is because maybe deep in your heart, you feel like there's some shreds of truth there. And only you can answer that. I hope regardless what you do, it's successful. If you were to ask me what you didn't specifically, but I'm gonna give you this, my advice would be to chill out, to chill out. Because a lot of times we don't see the hurt that we actually going through. Like you may feel fine on the surface, but somewhere inside you there might be a void or some hurt. And I'm not sure. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure. But this is the point I'm saying. I'm saying is when you take some time being single outside of the marriage, on the other side of divorce, you verify that you're healthy. You verify it. Right now, it's all speculation because you ain't been single and you still married. And as a person that will want to date you, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna cut your dating pool by a lot, because if you're expecting to get a shrewd, confident man that is ambitious, that is knowledgeable, wise, that's a great leader, that is stable, yada yada yada, that type of man probably does not want to date a woman that was divorced 2 weeks ago. There's a certain level of man that you fucking with at that point. And I'm be honest with you. I mean, Nancy, you gotta feel me. There's a certain level of guy that would be cool with that, but not most men. Like, shit, You get about 10 months distance, a year distance from that. Because here's the thing, you may know you healed, but when we go on our first date and our second date, when we asked about relationships and you talk about, yeah, I was just married for 10 years and yeah, I got divorced a month ago. That's not going, it's not that, boy, that's not going to fly good. Nancy, unmute yourself. You think that's going to work? Let's practice.
No, not at all.
Okay, let's practice. Okay, so you invite me on a date. All right, let's practice.
All right.
All right, so tell me about yourself. What you been doing the last 5-6 years?
I've been married with 2 children.
Oh, okay. You've been married for 2. Oh, how long you guys been divorced?
Just a few weeks. Feeling great about it.
Oh, just a few. Oh shit! I think I got a call coming in. Hold on. What? Oh no! Shit! Hold on. I'm gonna be on my way. Nancy, I'm sorry. I gotta. Nancy. But you know I'm making sense here. So I hope you make a better decision here. Okay. And it's specifically now, if you just want to go have some fun, that's different. But when you're talking about seriously dating, even if you were truly healed, I mean, just being honest, even if you were truly healed, there's just no way you can get the type of man you actually want if there's no distance between your divorce. I mean, again, let me say this, Nancy. There's a low bar for certain men. So certain men, as long as you got a heartbeat and other things, they gonna give you some attention. But for the caliber of man you probably want, it's probably gonna have to be some distance, regardless of how you feel about your healing. So I appreciate you calling in, and I hope it work out. All right, sis. All right. So who else we got? We got Christian. Okay, so you up next. So give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna get you up next. But yeah, people, hey, y'all remind me when it get close to 10 o'clock. I gotta get off of here because some shoes that I want is dropping on Sneakers, the Sneakers account. And I'm trying to get them. I gotta enter this draw. Matter of fact, my alarm gonna go off, so I'm not gonna forget. Yeah, I gotta get these sneakers. Yeah, get these sneakers. I want these sneakers. I'm not playing around with these sneakers. Instagram, if you guys want to go live with me, just go to the link in my bio. Go to the link in my bio. Hit the button that talks about it, and I got you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get Christian real quick, and then I'm gonna get Miss Wright. I see Miss Wright just jumped on here. So just you on deck, Miss Wright. Christian, what's up? Talk to me.
Hey, Ace. It's nice to see you again.
It's nice to see you again. I've seen you a few times in my life, I feel.
Yeah, a couple. So I'm kind of dreading tomorrow. I just recently had a baby. She's 4 months old. And it was a really hard pregnancy. My question is, how long will it take for me to actually heal from our biggest loss? My grandmother passed away the day after New Year's. Mm-hmm. And then that following week, I ended up going into labor.
Oh, man. Well, let me say this to you. And I'm going to mute you real quick. All right. Or unmute yourself. Mute yourself, and then when you're ready to talk, unmute yourself. So, look, let me say this to you. It's always difficult. It's always difficult to have loss. And the one thing you asked is, you said, how long are, and sometimes you can't quantify what the healing process will be for you, because losses, some of them deserve to be mourned, deserve to be remembered. And there is a certain level of weight that you will carry. And in some cases, for the rest of your life. Now, especially when you lose people to death, because you're now talking about, this is a pain that it can't be equated to, breaking up with somebody. But let me tell you this, even though the weight that loss will some of it will be with us for the rest of our life. We get stronger, we get able to carry it, then we reinterpret that weight as not a burden, but as almost like a fond memory. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you lost somebody in the beginning of the year, right now we're in May, don't beat yourself up because you're still mourning that, because certain people deserve, they've had such an impact on our lives that we will feel their absence for a while. But the goal when you talk about healing is not forgetting, but it is now putting that loss in the proper perspective. It is now saying, how can I go from it being a grievous moment in my life to celebrating the time that I share with that person, celebrating the lessons and the memories that we do have. How can I not be sad when I think about this person, even though it will be moments, no matter how far away you get from it? But how can I now go to, when I think about them, I have happy memories? One of the things I will say, and I'm gonna bounce it back to you just to ask a follow-up question. One thing I will say is this: deaths are so hard because a lot of times they're sudden, and we feel like there's things left unsaid, or chapters that we didn't close, or more moments that we were supposed to live. But I'll tell you this, man. We often think about the things we didn't get a chance to do with that person more than the things we actually had a chance to do with them, the moments we did have to share. So my advice to you is, don't worry how long it's going to take to quote unquote heal from this moment. My advice with you would be, how can you think about the good times and let that inspire you to be happy? I'll say this, you know, I even think about myself. um I've, I know I'm not immortal. Tomorrow could be my day. And if tomorrow was my day, I ain't gonna lie, I do want some people crying over me. Y'all cry at my funeral. I don't care what nobody say. All y'all better be at y'all crib crying about Ace Man for at least for a day. I want people come to my funeral acting a fool. Just about Miss Ace. I want you to do all that for at least one day. Get 7 days at the most. But after that, man, I don't want you to be sad when you think about me. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, I've lived a really great life up until this point. Now I want to continue to live, but shoot, I've lived a really great life. And I want other people to live their best life as well. And we all got, it's almost like you just got to pick up the baton for the people you care about and continue running the race for them and for yourself. So, I know you wouldn't want somebody to be forever sad either. And I know your grandma, I think that's who you said, she wouldn't want you guys to be sad for her and immobilized for her. So, you know, get your crying out if you got to do it. Don't feel pressured to quickly get over it, because that person meant a lot to you. But what I will say is, at some point when you're ready, those memories will not inspire pain, but it'll inspire happiness and smiles. So it's fresh. So give yourself some time. All right. All right. Now hold on.
No,
Tell the baby I said hi.
You just giving them.
Hi, Tutu.
Hi.
Tutu.
All right, it was good. It was good talking to you. Man, we all been there. Miss Wright, talk to me.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Doing? First of all,
Hold on,
I
Miss Wright.
definitely cry at your funeral. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, just at least give me some. You know what I'm saying?
I'll
Give me some.
I'll cry all the way from Liverpool, definitely 100%.
Right. So what's up? What's your question?
I'm a bit rusty with this whole dating thing. I've been single for quite a while, but I'm trying to grow patience. But what do you do in a situation where you're seeing mixed signals? Because I'm about to throw in the towel and just call it a day.
Okay, how long you been talking to this person?
Beginning of the year, so February.
So February 1st or February 28th? Is it closer to the
19th,
beginning?
if you want the exact date.
So let's round it up. March.
Okay.
You've been talking to this guy since March. Okay, March, April, and we in the beginning of May. So you've been talking 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying you're getting mixed signals, which means this person isn't consistent.
Well,
right?
that's the thing. He's consistent every day. We speak every day, but it's just that, you know, when like someone speaks and then the actions don't add up.
So hold on. So talking every day is your level of what you define consistency to be?
There's worse.
Some don't
even talk to you like every day.
So is that the bar? That's the bar we going to. Just talk to me every day.
Don't basic fundamental.
Okay, I'm just saying, is that the bar? Because is that the bar? Boo, let me explain something. Consistency is woven throughout people's character. You're consistent from the things you say and the things you do and what you project you represent. You're consistent in the treatment of me, and it all falls in line with what I believe is your character. Consistency isn't one particular behavior, because think about it. Somebody can be consistent at treating you like shit. So we got to define the level of consistency that we're talking about. And when you're dating, you want to make sure that their actions align with what they say they are. And that's the thread of consistency that we're looking for. You're saying you're getting mixed signals. Mixed signals meaning what? This person is saying one thing and doing another?
Yeah, saying one thing, doing another, like the whole hot and cold situation. Do you know what I mean?
Now, explain that. Explain what you mean specifically about the hot and cold situation in your account.
So the hot and cold situations, like 1 minute you want to be open, you know, when you ask a question, you want to be open and you answer it, and then 1 minute you're like reserved. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you get what I mean? No. Okay. So, for example, if I'm asking you, how's your day? How you been? And you just go, good, cool, steady. Just, you know, one word replies. It's like, well, first of all, you're in a different city to me. If you ask me how's my day, I'll be like, oh, okay. I've done this, I've done that. You know, this went well at work. That went well. Do you know what I mean?
Now, are you dating a man?
Well, it looks like it. I'm dating a little.
No. Okay. Biologically, is he a man?
Yeah, he's a good.
Okay. Now let me tell you this. I'm be honest with you.
Okay.
Men and women communicate a little differently. Now, you might say some other things that you were thinking about, but specifically on this subject. Now, you might need to find somebody with better communication. But specifically, I wish I wouldn't on my phone on Instagram. I should have went live on a different phone. I will show you my text threads. Guess what my text threads look like? Cool. All right. What time? What day? All right, I'll be there. What else you need? That's what my text threads look like. Like, ladies, let me say this to you, ladies, because I love y'all. Ladies, I love y'all. I ain't about to be motherfucking sending no paragraphs. But listen, there's certain men that will do that.
Voice notes? You just voice notes?
No. I specifically, I'm an in-person person. So you guys live in different cities then, right? How far apart, like time-wise?
An hour and a half.
Yeah. Okay. So how often have you guys seen each other yet? Like in person?
Yeah. Every weekend. That's the thing that pisses me off. Like, I've got no patience. Like, I've invested like every weekend seeing you, and then when I'm not there, it's just like the effort is just not there. If you know what I mean.
Okay. So
carry on.
You keyword, and I want you, and I'm not nitpicking. I'm not nitpicking, but I want to give you I just want to bring attention to what you said. You said I've invested every weekend. He's invested weekends as well, right? Because you both were hanging out with each other, correct?
Yeah. Okay.
So just as you
invested every weekend, then
quit taking away from what he's done, okay? And so my point is this: you're 2 months in. And this man is carving out weekends for you. Now, I'm not sitting up here to defend him. You know, Ace's team leave a dude. But at some point, unless you give me something that's like really concrete, on this one is maybe he doesn't communicate as rambunctiously as you would like him to do via text messages. But
Okay.
that's not super inconsistent for men. You said y'all speak every day. So it's not like you said he goes days without speaking to you. It's just when he's texting, sometimes it's short. And what I'm saying is, I think ladies read into it a little bit more because some men don't paragraph text. Now, you're saying, though, that sometimes he does do it, right?
Mm.
So out of the 5 days that you're texting before seeing him again, how many days are short and how many days are normal texting?
I don't know. I haven't really looked into it.
Okay.
I haven't really looked into it, but we did have an argument on the Monday though, so we've not actually spoke this week. So yeah.
What you argue about?
Well, there was this card thing, and this is why I don't like social media. There was a snap on Instagram that he showed, but the way the woman, the blonde hair girl, was like stood, she was stood. Do you know what I mean? Like you could tell the distance, the people in front of her was too far for her to be with that group of people. So when I asked, who did you go the car race with? He said his friend. And this is the other thing. He never mentioned any of his name of like if you ask me, oh, okay, I'm going out with Melissa or I'm going out with Keisha. Do you know what I mean? I'll just say the names. But he said he doesn't see the point of mentioning his friends' names because I don't know them. Okay, valid point. But still, do you know what I mean? So when I asked him, who did you go with? He was like, oh, just my friend. So I said, who's your friend? As in, I wanted to know whether it was a female or a guy. Because the snap that I saw on his Instagram, she looked like she was stood with him. So my head, I was just like, nah.
So hold on. You stay right there. So hold on. So you went Sherlock Holmes on him. So you was like, did you zoom the pic? You zoomed.
It caught me off guard. It caught me off guard.
So he posted it on his Instagram feed, or you just seen it on the story and Snap?
On his story on Snap.
Okay, and you was like, did you screenshot the shit, or you screenshotted it too? Oh shit! You was like, hold on, let me.
I had to get a second opinion. So
you had to get a second opinion. Hold on. I know they're not standing right next to each other, but they in the general vicinity. Brother, you got about 5 feet. I need you to have a 5-foot bubble before you talk to, you know what I'm saying? It's clear y'all went together. Now I know you ain't posted a look. You ain't posted up with him like this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Instagram. This is what she saw. The girl was like 7 feet away, but she was like, hold on, but y'all look like this though.
No, she wasn't. She was still
all right. So hold on.
Him.
Now I'm gonna ask you a rhetorical question because we on YouTube and you ain't got an answer. Okay. Sound like y'all been doing a hanky panky, right? Y'all been doing some hanky panky, right? Some hanky panky. Now look, when you get some hanky panky, when you get some hanky panky, you start getting a little territorial. You know what I'm saying? You start getting territorial. Now, are you guys in an official relationship? Yes or no?
No.
Right. So. But the hanky panky makes you feel like that you got the right to be asking where you're going, who you with, who is this blonde chick that's 5 feet away from you at this show. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna be quite frank with you. You're not gonna like this part.
Go on.
And I gotta say it. You've been talking to this man for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, you probably need to slow down a little bit. You specifically.
Okay.
Because it seems like you're getting into relationship territorial mode far too early. All right. Now, I'm not saying ignore your red flags. If this is enough for you to change your course and make different decisions when it comes to him or leaving him, dating somebody else, cool. But at this point, you can't, in my opinion, you can't this early be trying to dictate other people's actions and movements and giving them the third degree and screenshotting their pictures and shit. It's just not going to bode well for you. Now I get it. You like, you know, but Ace, he giving me the ding ding. And I'm like, I understand that. But that is where maybe you have to maybe draw the line. You're like, okay, I know we're not together, but since we doing this makes me feel like it's fair game for me to ask these questions and inquire about why you being short in these text messages. But if he doesn't feel that way, you're gonna have a disconnect, and that's probably why y'all ain't talking 5 days. So and you're not gonna see him this weekend. So my point is, and this is something I've learned a long time ago, Miss Wright. And I'm a guy, so I'm going to admit that I'm a guy and I handle things a little differently. Look, I don't mess up my sneaky links. That's what we call them over here. You ain't from America, right?
No.
Okay, we call them sneaky links. I don't mess up my sneaky links. Okay, those are we used to call them back in the day booty calls. I don't mess up my booty calls. I'm not about to mess up my booty call. I'm not about to mess up my booty call by being in my feelings too early. And sometimes you get in your feelings because you're like, but shit was so good. Who else you giving the shit to? And then you end up causing an argument, and then you're not seeing each other for a while. And so my thing is this. Let me just leave you with this. I know I've been joking, but I'm gonna leave you with this tangible advice. Tangibly, my advice to you is when you're dating, especially in the first 6 months. So now that you're getting back to dating, in the first 6 months, I would have a zero tolerance for bullshit type of thing. Okay. for one. Now, in your case, it doesn't seem like he actually brought bullshit to the table. Now there might be more that you're not telling me, but from what you told me, it doesn't seem like he's bringing bullshit. It might just be things you don't like here and there, but it ain't bullshit. But honestly, in the first 6 months, and everybody, I want you to remember this. Your job is to observate, not try to modify. Okay? Observate behaviors and you make adjustments, but do not try to make them modify their behaviors early on, because it comes across as a little pushy and it can come across as overstepping boundaries. Now, that doesn't mean you stay and endure. And if you are able to, like, in a tactful way, like Miss Wright, if you were able to be like tactfully, I don't know how you would have did it, but tactfully be like, you know, maybe 2 weeks after it happened, even though you knew it happened on that Monday, you hold it. Ladies, this is something hold on, Miss Wright, I got to say this before I get off of here. Ladies, this is something I feel like you guys can improve a little bit on. When y'all find out some shit, you got to say it now. And fellas do it too. But no, hold the shit. Table it. Because let me tell you this. A conversation when something is fresh is always a little bit more difficult to have because we're riled up with our emotions and our thoughts. And then they're like, oh, you girl, let me breathe. But sometimes if you hold something for a week or two, then you can confer with more people. You can get your emotions in check. And by the time you decide that you want to talk about it, you might be like, man, I was tripping anyway. And you don't bring it up. But even if you do, it sounds like oh, by the way, and not a big deal. So in your particular situation, if you had waited, it ain't like you caught him on Pornhub with this lady. Okay. He literally was on a Snapchat.
It was literally the next day, like literally like on the Sunday I left and then it happened, like he went on that and I was like, do you know what I mean? It just caught me off guard.
So he went with a group or just her?
No, that's what I'm saying. I still ain't got to the bottom of it. It was just him and this other person who was a friend.
Hey, listen, Miss Wright. Hey, listen. Y'all not gonna ladies, y'all I know I'm about to hurt. Listen, Miss Wright, dating is a competitive sport.
Ugh.
It's a competitive sport, and you seem like for real, it really just is. The best man gets the girl, the best girl gets the man. And I know a lot of you guys do not want to subscribe to that. You want to meet somebody and 2 weeks later, you want him to take all his chips off the table. But if I was giving this man advice, I would tell him, you're single, you're dating, date who you want until you decide to be exclusive. Where you are messing up is you can't have sex with a man and still behave like you're single and let him behave like he's single. You can't do that. If you take sex out of this equation, you probably wouldn't have been tripping as much. You like, hold on, I was just over there and you just gave me this. And then next day you up here with this blonde girl, probably giving her the same dick. And then, hold on. How I know you ain't over there giving her the dick you're supposed to be giving me. So my point is, look, everybody, and I'm about to let you go because I gotta, and I'm gonna tell you about a culture. First of all, I love the so you're in the UK, you said?
Yeah.
I normally come every year, but
When are you coming?
Huh?
When are you coming?
I don't know. Whenever they open it, well, they said vaccinated people can come over there. I got both my shots, so I'm like,
have you gone
huh?
They got third arm, yeah?
I've been had a never mind. Nothing. Never mind. I ain't trying. Hey, listen, I ain't trying to get in trouble. Y'all can be like, Ace is sexually harassing women on his live feed. Y'all know I be joking. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
Would you come to London often?
I'm actually I actually come every year, almost every year.
Where?
In London.
In London, is it? Or
I come specifically in London.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what area I stayed in. I don't know the area.
London's big though, so I
It's
won't
a
expect
big ass.
Yeah.
But I stay where all the shit is.
What do you mean?
If
You
that
say
makes
all where the shit is? Like in the
where
city
all
or the, like in the middle
city,
of London?
Where all the stuff is.
Right. Okay.
I don't know if that helps. Okay, so because you like it's a lot of stuff. All right, so look. All right, I got
next.
I might come this summer because I normally only come in the winter, and when I do come in the winter, you guys don't have a day. It's no day.
No.
When I come in the winter, there's no day. Like the sun comes up at like 9 a.m. and then it sets at like 2 or 3. Yeah. I'm like, where's the day at? Like there was
you
no
need to come
day.
in the summer, winter shit over here.
So let me end it with this. Ladies, I know you're not gonna like this, but I'm gonna say it. Dating is a competitive sport for real. And this doesn't mean you accept disrespect. It doesn't mean that you accept lying or people being blatantly deceptive with their actions. But just as I would tell you, there's levels. You have dating, you have exclusively dating, you have engaged, you have married. So think about those 4 levels. Your situation fits in dating. You're not even exclusive dating. There's no understanding that he's only dating you and you are only dating him. Correct? Mm-hmm. But you are getting upset, right? That he's possibly dating other people when there's no arrangement between you guys that that's what you were going to do. Now you can get in your feelings and be like, man, F it. But I'll tell you this, or you can realize shit, dating is a competitive sport. The best woman will win. And one thing I will say about guys, we realize that, and women do too, but I'm specifically saying on a normal basis, a guy realizes that when I meet a woman, she probably got plumber Paul. She probably got friend zone Freddie. she probably got tall ass Trevor. You know what I'm saying? Like she got all these men, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
that's true. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and you gotta outcompete them. You gotta show her. That's why guys do. Why do you think we do all the things we do? We get you roses, take you to nice places, bring our best jokes. We're trying to wow you and show you that we're better than the rest of your options. But I feel like women, on the other hand, shy away from that. And like I said, I understand where you're coming from. If you had told me that you guys were in a relationship, then I would be on your side. But this man just went out. Where did he go? Where did you see the picture at?
On Instagram, on his Snap.
Where were they at?
know, some racetrack thing. I think
Damn.
Yorkshire. Like,
Ooh.
yeah.
Was it horse racing?
No, it's a racetrack. So, you have like your cars and whatnot, and you race around with them.
Oh, like go-kart.
No, not like go-kart. Like you've got like your Lambos, your Ferrari, your GTs,
Oh,
and
so
then
it
you
was.
can test drive them out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So I expected that to be like you and your boy kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
oh,
You
he
get what
hit
I'm
you with.
saying?
He hit you with. I'm going with a friend.
Mm-hmm. So if you're going on a date,
Oh,
just say so. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I
I
mean,
got
but I mean, there is some code of ethics. You know, here's the thing. Even if in the beginning I'm dating multiple people, I respect you enough to not have it in your face.
thank you.
But
Exactly.
so
That's all
maybe,
I'm tripping about, like the disrespect. Do you know what I
but
mean?
but okay. Before I gotta say this before we move on. So okay, the mic is the girl. So
Okay.
was he like this in the picture?
No.
Like this?
No, he was big. No. He wasn't in the picture. He wasn't in it. It was a video. It was a video. So she was stood in front. He was snapping the GT going past. And as it goes past there, you see the girl standing in front of him.
Oh, girl, so you freeze framed. You freeze framed the video, girl. Miss
Listen,
Right.
I just needed to get that checked, okay? I needed to get it checked by my girls in case I was tripping or
Miss
overthinking.
Right. Miss Right. You freeze framed the video. Miss Right. You said I thought it was a picture. No, 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 it was a video. And she was in the video how many seconds?
I don't know.
It was she was like, hold on, let me go back. Hold on. Is that who is Miss Right? You can see how if you approached him by that, he come across a little investigative, a little investigative.
Blonde hair girl shouldn't be in the video. What's
But
happening?
is she in the video? So you don't even know what she looked like.
I don't know. I just got her back.
So you just seen the back of her head. You
I
like,
just seen the back. Mm-hmm.
oh shit, who is she? All right.
Listen, I've been burned too many times. I'm divorced. I don't need to play games. Like, do you know what I mean? If you're seen or other people, do you know what I mean? It's just I'm a very that short patient.
So okay, let me end it. Let me end it like this. I do understand where you're coming from, and I know how difficult it is. Ladies, my advice would be if you start dating people, understand that it's a little competitive, especially if you're going after the top of the pack. Now, if you're dating people nobody won't, you won't have these problems. So, Miss Wright, let me give you some advice. Date more ugly dudes. You won't even have no problem. You date ugly dudes, well, you won't even have to work. Now, you know what though? No, the side note, them ugly dudes cheat too. They cheat with the best of them too. I don't understand why. But my point is, when you start going after the top of the pack, for men and women, if I go reach out to a woman that's at the top of the pack, I know I have to blow her out the water for her to say, I'm going to give up all my other options. It's just, you just know that. I come in there knowing that. That's why dudes be flexing. Yeah, girl, let me get this plane. Listen, I'm gonna get you this plane ticket. We're gonna meet in Cancun type. That's why dudes be doing stuff like that. Girl, yeah, I'm gonna come on, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna fly to Dubai. Or I don't even, is that what it's called? Dubai. We're gonna fly to Dubai and we're gonna go to the Salt Bay restaurant. He gonna do all this on your motherfucking lamb chop. That's what dudes be doing because we know if you meet that woman that is like that you feel like is a little out your league, she know it too, and you got to blow out the water. Hold on 2 seconds. You stay right there. Hold on, Instagram, y'all stay right there. I gotta enter this draw for these sneakers. So I'm gonna pause y'all. It's a big deal. Listen, I wear sneakers. It's a big deal. I just can't miss out on these Flint 7s. But yeah, that's my advice to you. So Miss Wright, I do appreciate you coming on my show. Hold on, Instagram. Let me go ahead. I got to do this real quick. Hold on, Miss Wright, stay right there. What time is it over there?
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
3 o'clock? That ain't bad.
What time is it over there?
It's early. It's just turned 10.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Okay. Did I enter? Yep, I'm joined. Now I can go back. All right, y'all, I'm back. I had to enter for this draw for these shoes. But all right, Miss Wright, you enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, peace. Hey. All right, who on deck? Who ready? So we got DC. We got, is it Fabiana? Girl, I cannot pronounce it. Okay. So DC and Fabiana, you guys are up next, okay? So just give me 2 seconds, and we're gonna make this quick because I gotta work out and stuff today. I ain't hit the gym yet. So no, I have to talk about this though. I have to talk about this. Ladies, real talk. I know you feel like every guy you talk to, at the moment they ask you out on the first date, immediately cuts off everybody else they've talked to and are talking to. But all I'm saying is that's unrealistic to think. And even the men you thought did that, they probably really didn't. Just as you probably didn't either. Now, this doesn't mean that they don't like you or you don't like them. It just means they don't know you enough yet. Like, you know how many times I've given up my little squad and had to go scramble to get their asses back? Oh, that's the worst feeling in the world. You think some shit gonna work out and then it don't. And now you done told all the girls you was talking to that you can't talk to them no more. And then you got to come back to them with your tail between your legs and shit, talk about how be my friend again. And women, you guys have done it too. So it's like sometimes you have relationships and friendships or even situationships that you value that, you know, it's not that you have a romantic interest in those people. Obviously, if you did, you'd be with them. Or you're talking to somebody and there's potential there, but you're a shrewd person and you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Now, I want to make this clear to everybody. I am not talking about if you're in a committed relationship. I am not talking about if you decided to be exclusively dating each other. I'm saying if you're dating, date. Why are you only dating one guy at a time? I don't understand that logic. The reason I say that is because it is a numbers game. Like, think about it. It's the truth. You got 10 people you like. Well, 10, that might be it. That's a large number. Let's just say 5. You got 5 people you like. One of them you're going to find out is a fuck boy. One of them going to have a secret girlfriend or marry, and you got to get rid of them. One of them ain't going to like your ass back. And then you got 2. Then one of them is under 6 foot, and you like, I ain't fucking with him because he's short. And then you get to 1, okay? You get to 1. And then he still might be lying to you about who he is. And so my point is, when you keep your options open, it protects you. It protects you from over-investing in the wrong person too soon. And ladies, how many times have you done that? Put all your motherfucking eggs in this one motherfucking basket and it don't work out. And now you done lost 6 months of potentially finding somebody else. And you do not have to lie to people. We know what's up. We know what's up. Listen, first of all, if a guy asks you if you're talking to other people, then you got to question that man's confidence level. Okay? Be honest with you. I'd never sit and ask a woman with whom I'm not in a relationship with or on the cusp of being in a relationship with her if she's talking to other guys. You know why? Because I don't even want my motherfucking feelings hurt. It's like that's the dating equivalent of asking a person you're sleeping with if you're the best they've ever had. Now, let me tell you why. The answer is no. Okay. Unless you got that wop, wop, wop. I mean, and it gotta be like, the answer is no. You know, you're not. But why would you put me in a position where I have to say that? The same is true, I feel, with dating in the beginning. Is you can inquire about whether they're talking to other people, maybe on a serious level, inquire about whether they're in a relationship. But if you're inquiring about who else they're talking to or who else they hang out with in the beginning of a dating situation, if you're insecure, the truth is really just going to hurt your motherfucking feelings for real. But then two, it kind of shows that man that you're insecure about that. And I'll tell you one thing, a lot of men don't really like that. And then women, you won't like that either. You know, if a guy he on a date with you worried about who the fuck else you be talking to. Like that don't even, I mean, that's not it's not attractive. I'll say this last thing. I don't know if is it psychological is the word. We want what we think we can't have more. Like the more the person seems like they have options, the more we want them. Okay. I can't explain it. Maybe that's just for guys. But if I know other people want you and you have options, for whatever reason, I want you more. And vice versa. So I feel like telling people that you ain't got options and you're not sought after doesn't even help you gain them the way you want to gain them and seduce them the way you want to seduce them. So that's my opinion about that. I haven't really formulated. It ain't like I went to school for that portion. So maybe I don't make sense, but in my head, I make sense. You know why? Because I used to date a lot of people. So it worked out for me. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe it worked out for you. All right. So DC, what's up? Talk to me.
Hi. I don't know if you can hear me.
Uh-huh.
Okay. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm okay. So my question or my situation is, so I've been dating exclusively someone. It's about to be 9 years actually in August. I've always made it clear that I do want a marriage. I do not want children unless I'm married. And so, you know, the relationship is good. He's a good person. He definitely elevated himself from the time that we've met. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm getting impatient. Like, where's the question? Where's the marriage? Every time we talk about it, at first it was, you know, it's kind of early. This was like maybe year 5. I was never pressuring him early on. You know, I still had a lot that I wanted to do in my life. I wanted to go to school. I wanted to get my career together. So around year 5, I started to lay the pressure on, like, what's going on? What's the plan? If you're not with this, let me move on. I just have a lot that I want to do. I want to do a lot. Okay. I used to try to get him to go back to school because I knew he wasn't happy in the current job that he had at the time. He wasn't ready. School's not for me, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All of a sudden last year, he decided he wanted to go to nursing school. That's great. I'm happy for him. He wants to get his bachelor's in nursing school. I have my graduate degree. I just started in my official dream career job. I'm good. I'm saving up for a house. I'm trying to do my thing. At this point, I feel like we're not on the same level when we're moving up. You know, I'm ready for marriage. I'm ready for children. I'm in my 30s. My GYN just told me that I have officially reached elderly stage where it might be hard for me to have children when I am ready. And now it's okay, well, I want to get married, but school is a big focus for me right now. Let's wait till I graduate. That's another 3 years. I don't know.
You know, why wouldn't he try that line? I mean, you waited 9. You said I made it clear to him that I wanted to be married. How did you make it clear? You must have made it clear with your words and not your actions. You said year 5, you set him down and you said, hey, we got to do this, yada, yada, yada. And 4 years later, you still there. I mean, so my point is you crying wolf a lot, and you ain't doing nothing about it. And then you getting upset that he ain't moving when you talking. Because why would he? Why would he take you serious if at this point you ain't did nothing about it in 9 years? So what's another 3 years to a person he feels ain't going nowhere? The thing about it is, I understand you looking at him and you're saying, hold on, stop it. My bad. You got to know my dog. I know you're looking at him and you're saying, you got to do this. You got to do this. You should, I want you to, but what you going to do? What you going to do about it?
Right.
You understand?
I'll be honest. Yeah. Sorry. My fear, and I think that's a lot of people's fear, is you see a lot of men, you leave them and then they get it together with another person, and you're like, oh hell no,
Good for
like
them. No, good
I
for him.
built him.
No, good for him.
Mine, you are reaping my benefits, girl. Like,
Listen, good
because
for
he is a
him.
good person at the end of the day. It's not like
Good,
horrible.
good.
You know what
Look,
I'm saying? He has the potential to be an amazing husband,
good for
father,
him.
and all that.
Good for him, and good for whoever else he be with.
Yeah.
Listen, you ain't got to leave this situation for one. I'm not even suggesting that that's what you should do, but just giving you this hypothetical. You ain't got to leave this situation and hope that he fall on his face. That's what hurt people do.
I don't
Healed
want that for
people do.
him.
Right, because you're a healed person. So when you leave, you want the best for him. But here's the
Right.
thing: you said you want to be married. You wanting to be married has nothing to do with him. You know why? Because you wanting to be married is to a qualified person that can be a husband and wants to be one. If he doesn't want to be that, then you have to find somebody that does. But you're married to the idea of being married to that one particular person more than you are married to the idea of being married.
Mhm.
If you've been, here's the sad part about this, and I'm gonna just be blunt about it. You gave your entire 20s.
I did. And I told him that. I did.
Telling him that, what that gonna do?
No,
We've
I'm saying
already-
like, yeah, I know that.
Why don't you
Yeah.
tell yourself that? And then be motivated to do something about it. You're putting the ball in his court, and he's already shown you over 9 years that he ain't ready to shoot the shot. And you up there waiting, and every moment you wait, you are losing precious moments of your youth. You are. We give our youth to people that ain't sure if they want to love us past it. You only had one chance to be 20, and it's gone. And you don't want to look around and now you mid-30s and this don't work out, and now you got to go back and try to find somebody at 34. Think about it. If he's around the same age as you, once he get his little nursing degree, he'll be 32, 33, 34. He's still in good shape to date. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest about it. He ain't in a rush
Yeah.
because his biological clock don't tick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
My mother said that.
yeah. So like, well, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
if you stay there, let's pretend you did stay for the three more years. The 3 more years. He gets his degree. He decides he doesn't really want to marry you. It was good while it lasted. You both go back into the dating market. It's good for him. For you at 34, not so much. That's the honest truth about it.
Yeah.
And so the one thing that I want to say to you is, I understand the investment. It's been 9 years. You don't want to walk away from 9 years of work. I understand that. But if he don't know if he wants you by now, be honest with you, he probably never will.
Mhm.
You're not in love. You're in layaway. He has you in layaway. He don't want to buy you. He don't want nobody else to have you though. So he keeping you out of the view of other prospective buyers. There is a person, if you left at year 5, if you had left at year 5, probably by now you probably would have been married. And I just don't want you to keep duplicating this. This man had 9 years. 9 years times 365 days. Do the math on that. That's dang near 3,000 days, yo. Times 24 hours, yo. You're talking about almost 100,000 hours that this man had an opportunity to say, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And every opportunity he said no. Every one of those hours he decided he'd rather lose you than to commit to you. And you knew that. You knew he'd rather lose than to marry you. But you didn't want to forfeit the potential of eventually him get himself together. He's 30 something and just now going back to school. And you got your graduate. You didn't level up together. And so my point is, if you have been in a 9-year relationship and you're 30, that means you got in a relationship when you were 21.
Now I'm 34. Yeah, I know. That's even worse.
Sis. Oh, sis. Oh, no, sis.
I said that before.
Sis.
I know. I know.
Sis. No. No. No.
I know.
No.
Don't post me on Instagram. This is embarrassing.
No, it ain't embarrassing. Don't come on my show then. No, I'm not going. Now, here's the thing. I would edit. Like I edit like the bad stuff out. Trust me. I'm not the other guy that
Oh yeah.
thrives on this shit. Yeah. Hey, not for real. What I do is I'll find like a portion of the question, but I take all the other stuff out. And then I try to just have me talking for a 2 minutes. Yeah, trust me. Because I was editing a video the other day. I was like, ooh, it'd be juicy if I kept this shit in there. And I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. But
yeah, I know. I'm getting there.
I'm gonna give you my advice.
Okay.
And this ain't gonna be what you want to hear, but I just feel like it's really great advice. Ooh, no. All right, I gotta give you my Uncle Ace advice. It's getting to a trifling level. It's trifling. You know that? Do y'all use that word in your family? It's trifling. You know how like you can not do a couple dishes and it can sit there overnight, but like if it's a sink full of dishes and you don't do it for 3 or 4 days, it's trifling. Now it's flies and shit. The whole house stink. Right now, it's at that level where it's trifling. If this man can look at you knowing you 34 and still hold the prospect of marrying you, he talking about marrying you when you 37. And listen, I don't understand. Is he black?
Yes.
Listen,
Black. Caribbean.
I'm gonna tell you this. I can't speak for other cultures, like because I only know our culture.
Yeah.
You know, I've only dated black women. So you know, I grew up in the hood. I went to school with all black people. So I can only speak for our culture. But it's so acceptable in our culture to do that.
Yeah.
Like she has to build you up, make you better for 10, 12, 13 years before you decide to think about giving her a ring.
Yeah.
Like, that's the sad part about it. It really is. And luckily, in your instance, you ain't had to endure a copious amount of pain. But there are women that's been in their relationships for 9, 10 years that have endured infidelity, endured kids on the side, endured abuse. And it's like, eventually he'll decide to put a ring on it after 12 years. That ain't how the shit is supposed to work. And I'll say this, because I love you, I got to be honest with you. And I know this is going to sound bad, but I want you to take this and be empowered by it. You're allowing it to happen.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds bad. It makes it seem like you have some responsibility in it, but you do. Now, understand the difference between responsibility and fault. I'm not faulting you. Shit, I don't care who's to blame, but it's your life, your responsibility. In the moment you grab hold of that idea, you realize that you have the power to do something different. Hold on. Yo, I wish I could show you my dog right now, bro. Like, my dog is really.
He's so cute.
Yeah. Oh, he's trying to chew on my light cord, man.
Oh.
I know. I just start letting the dog sleep out at night too, so he's doing good at night. He's 6 months now, so.
Aww.
Yeah.
He's big.
Yeah.
Do you believe in ultimatums?
No.
Okay. No men believe in ultimatums. Like if you ask a man, like they'll
It
always say
don't
that.
work. It don't
It don't
work.
work. Okay.
And listen, especially from you, because I wouldn't
I'm
even
too
believe your
late.
ultimatum. Yeah, I wouldn't even believe your ultimatum. Like for real, I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, ooh,
Be
I'm being,
honest. It's okay.
I'm being honest, and I'm gonna be
Yeah.
tactful about it. If I were him, in my head, I'd be like, where the fuck else she gonna go? And I'd operate from that mode. Like,
Right.
what the 34? Where the fuck else she gonna go? We done been together 10 years. She ain't going nowhere. I wouldn't even take you serious. I'd be like, you've done it before and you still stay. You still gonna stay. I'll marry you when I'm good, damn ready. And that's what I do. And you know what? I feel like that has a really great chance of working. You know why? Because you've been here for 9 years. I'd hang my hat on that. And if you so thought you had the power to leave, I'd wait until you actually left and was gone for a little bit before I even conceded. But I only concede to get you back, not to actually give you what you want. And so my point is, this is what men do. You know how I know? Because I am one. And I've done it before, not in the same similar sense, but you'd have to come to me. You can't give people ultimatums when you don't have any negotiation power. Like you've shown your hand so many times that he know you ain't walking away from the table. So I'm not going to operate like you will. And that's why it's important for us. And this is sidebar, ladies. It's important for people, you to establish that, oh, I'll walk the fuck away from this early on in a relationship. Because somebody has to operate under the understanding that if they do some fuck shit or if they being trifling, because this is what it is. Be honest, DC 9 years is pretty trifling. Like I was under the assumption that when you were first talking about it, that it was 9 years, but you guys started dating when you were 18 or 20. And so that there was no, for the first half of it, there was no real chance of real successful marriage. Like, you know, when people are 18, 19, they're just dating just to date. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But no, if you're 34, that means you met at 25, right?
Yeah. But I wasn't ready. That was nowhere. But I mean, it was in the back of my mind that yes, I do know I want to be married, but I didn't bring the conversation up. I asked him if he wanted to be married. That was his end goal in life, because I wasn't going to date someone that didn't have at least the same goals as me. But as far as like letting him know, like, I want to get married and when we going ring shopping, or this is the kind of ring I want, or this is this. I didn't start that conversation till I felt ready, which was about year 4 or 5 for me personally, because I felt like there was just so much going on in my life that even if he would have asked me to marry him year 3, I probably would have said no, or maybe just postpone it or something, because I just wasn't mentally, I had a lot happening that I just wasn't even thinking about marriage, even though I was 25.
So
just for me.
So this tells you how important foundation is.
Mm-hmm.
When the foundation isn't laid right, then there's a chance for discomfort. There's a chance for confusion. There's a chance for wasted time.
Right.
Getting in a relationship, for me, should have a clear goal with an expected timeline. When you go and you go on a job interview and you pass the job interview, right? And then they put you on a 90-day probationary period, right? And if you successfully complete these tasks within 90 days, you get offered a job and the full-time benefits. Okay. Before then, you don't really got it. You guys have been on a probationary period for 90 days, 9 years. You know what I'm saying? 9 years, 9 years without benefits, security, everything. Because you didn't set off and say, okay, I'm ready to be married, therefore I'm dating. You said, I'm going to date and then see if I'm ready to be married. That's the difference. And I want everybody to understand that. Only date when you know you're ready to be married. When you're ready to take advantage of the moment if it presents themselves. That's what success means. Success means preparation meets opportunity. This
Right.
is why, for the vast majority of my 20s, I didn't date anybody. And I don't want to sound, and I'm just saying this, I don't want to sound conceited, but I just got to tell you, if I had a relationship in my 20s, I wouldn't be, it would have slowed me down. It would have slowed me down. Taking those 20s from 21 to 30 to say, I'm not going to seriously entertain relationships. I'm going to dive fully into my business, growing, this, that, and other. Now, entering the dating field, I'm well off. I'm establishing my career. I make money when I sleep. I don't even have to do shit to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like I can take vacations whenever. And if I had children, I wouldn't have to work 20 hours just to provide for them. You know what I'm saying? I could take them to school, come back, do these videos, pick them up from school, et cetera, because I prepared my life before starting to date. Then when I said, okay, I want to start to date. Now the dating pool for me was a lot because I ain't no broke ass dude. You know what I'm saying? I got my head on together, straight, yada, yada, yada. So my point is, I know this is giving you advice that you can't apply because you already are past that mode, right? But for everybody else watching, please be ready. Be ready before you start to date. Because if you're dating before you're ready, what you're doing is just wasting time and taking your focus off of growing you to where you can be ready. Think about it. If that man didn't get a relationship with you at 25, maybe by 28, he would have been ready for marriage. Maybe he would have went. But you guys probably live together, right?
No, not live together. I did not want to. I have a fear of living together with him and him getting really comfortable. So I opted out of that. He wanted to live together, and I opted out of that because
That's great. Okay,
so to get too comfortable. He's already comfortable, but like extra comfortable, and I'm doing all the wifely duties, and he's just, dragging his feet. So I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
So I opted out of that.
So let me end it by saying this. I understand where you're coming from completely. I know this is a double standard, but I'm gonna repeat it one more time. A man at 34, I'm not so worried about. A woman at 34, I am.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that with care, and I don't want anybody on here making it seem like, I'm being ageist. I think that's a word.
No.
Discriminate.
No.
But it's just the reality of it.
Yeah. It's science.
Yeah, it's just the reality. And it's like,
yeah.
The older you get, for women and men, I mean, man get to 40, it get a little harder for him too.
Right.
But I'm specifically saying when it comes to child rearing. Now, people are having children in their 40s. They are, for real. They really are. I used to work at a hospital. Them ladies got pregnant every time I turned around, and it was like, how old are you? 42. I'm like, all right. So I don't want you to think there's a rush there, but I wouldn't want to just roll the dice on 3 more years and being 37.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. So and to answer your question, I don't believe in ultimatums, but I believe in telling people how you feel and telling them what you're gonna do and not making it contingent on what they do. This can be a conversation and being like, hey, listen, I love you. I appreciate you. And this 9 years have been amazing. To be honest with you, I'm scared about what I'm about to say next because I don't really know if it's the best decision or not, but in my gut, I just feel like I have to move on. As much as, again, that I love you, when I think about being with you 9 years and you really think it's okay for us not to be married, that just bothers me. And so for that reason, I'm going to open back up my options. Now, that doesn't mean I'm abandoning you. That doesn't mean that I won't talk to you if you cool with talking, but it just means I'm opening up my options. So that's not closing the door on us. It's just opening other doors to see if other people are ready to take it to the next level where I'm trying to get to. And I call it informing people of what the fuck we about to do instead of like giving them a choice. Because the last thing you want to do is force somebody to be married when they don't want to.
Right. That's what I don't want. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, you do your thing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Peace.
All right. Bye.
All right, Fabiana, my bad. You still there?
Oh. Yeah. Hi.
Hey, my bad. Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing
so
good.
Nice to talk with you. Oh,
what's up?
Wow.
Tell me your story.
So I've been with someone since November of 2019. But before that, we was best friends for 3 years before we started dating. But now, like every time we spoke about relationship, and he's saying that he's single and he want to grow grow like a man. I'm sorry, my English is not very
you good.
Very good. Yeah. So when I speak with him about relationship, in my end, he said that I'm only allowed to speak with him if I want to be in a relationship. Sorry, if I want to be in a relationship with him, I'm not allowed to speak with anyone. I'm not allowed to stay with anyone. This is like on this conversation was on January of 2000.
2000? 2000? Like
yeah.
No, like
we started speaking about a relationship
in 2000, like 1999, 2000, or 2020.
2020. Sorry,
okay.
2020. Yeah. So we start to speak about relationship, but he said to me that I'm not allowed to speak with anyone, and yeah. But after that, I start to see that he was with other women, and when I spoke with him, and I said I'm not comfortable with that, he said that we're not in a relationship yet, and we're not married. I'm saying like in my head, my thought is telling me that he is toxic. He's a man that is toxic because of the behavior that he's been showing me.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, he is like protective. When I need to speak with him, he's there with me. And
can I stop you real quick? Can I stop you real quick?
Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very complicated.
So I'm gonna give you an example. All right.
Yeah.
Let's say I have roses in this hand, right?
Yeah.
And in this hand I have shit, like literal shit in this hand, right?
Yeah.
So I have roses in one hand and shit in the other. And I said, the only way you can get these roses is if you take the shit off my hands as well. Are you gonna take the shit with the roses?
Right.
All right. So my point is, Most of y'all like, hell no, I don't want the roses that bad to where I'm going to take the shit, like the actual poop out your hand as well. And so what I'm saying is, you said on one hand, I know he's toxic.
Yeah.
That's like somebody saying, in one hand, I have shit. But like once you
On the
say in
other
one
hand,
hand you have shit, I don't really care what's
yeah,
in the other hand. And so
right.
what you need to do is understand that once you establish that you feel like someone is toxic, and toxic is in the eye of the beholder. You know, this person can be untoxic to another person. But for you, you're like, it's toxic because of the way he not necessarily treats me, but the things he does and says to me, the way he operates, the way he disregards my feelings, the way he makes me feel unimportant, yada, yada, yada. That's toxic. And you can't reason your way out of that. You can't say, well, I know he got shit in his one hand, but his roses in the other. No.
Right.
And I'll say this: people will only do to you what you allow them to do. They only really will.
Correct.
And I'm gonna say this to you, because you seem really mild-spirited and kind-hearted. So I'm gonna say this. The personality you have to be extra careful. You got to be extra careful with the people you kind of yoke with, because it doesn't seem like, some people you just know not to fuck with. You have the very nice, inviting, I don't like drama, I'm gonna stay away from conflict, I don't want to make anybody upset vibe, right?
Yeah.
And my advice going forward is get a little pinch of don't fuck with me, because right now he talking to you like you fuckable, like fuckwittable. And like you don't listen, you talking about, you mess with other girls, but I can only talk to you. No. Okay, I'm about to go I'm calling up Jamal right now. So my point is, look, in this situation, I know it's difficult because you want him. This is a guy you
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Is he the only guy that lives in your town or city?
No.
All right, so
No.
start acting like it. Start acting
But
like it.
he's not even here. Just he's not even here. He's on another country. He moved like
Oh no.
3 months ago.
Okay then. So what the fuck else y'all got to talk about?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to. I'm in love with him. That's how because I'm used to watching your videos like for 4 years. I'm using to watching your videos and how you talk about the type of men that playing with the woman, and he knows me. He knows me. He know my traumas, and I know the thing about him too. But he know the weak spot. When I try to talk with him, to try to speak with him about that type of things, about me and him, he always poke on something that hurt me. But when he's doing that, he's being romantic. Like when he's hurting me, he's been like romantic. That type of man.
You know what that is? That's
I don't know.
manipulation. It's manipulation. And I want you to understand this. Love doesn't hurt. If you
Correct.
get in a relationship, it doesn't mean that you won't be hurt. But what hurt you wasn't love. That was somebody's selfishness. That was somebody's ego. That was somebody's pride. That was somebody's anger. That was somebody's manipulation. Love doesn't hurt though. And people won't use love to manipulate you. That's not love. That's manipulation. And at this point, you keep saying, okay, when we talk, I be having my mind up. I be trying to do this. But when we talk, he know the buttons to press. Quit giving him the options to press those buttons. Just like he knows the buttons, you know the buttons too. You know where you are weak at. You know where you are vulnerable at. You know the voice that you have, and quit giving him access into that room to be able to press that button. Every time you call him to talk about the decision you want to make to leave, this is when he's going to press those buttons and manipulating you into staying. So the thing you need to do is cut off that communication. Ladies, talking is how you got into this entanglement. Quit thinking you can talk your way out of it. Sometimes you got to talk with your walk. You guys are talking instead of walking. Quit talking your heart away, because every time you talk, you give it to him. You can walk away. I know you want it to be a consensus. You want him to decide that he thinks it's best for y'all to go y'all separate ways too. But he's not going to do that. You know why? Because you are his cake and he gets to eat it too. He gets the best of both worlds. He gets you when it's convenient for him, and he can disappear when he has to put in work. Yeah, he can be hot and cold, but that's what manipulators do. He can't be horrible 100% of the time, because then you wouldn't be there. So you know what he gonna do? Even though he offering you shit, every now and again he gonna throw you a bone, right? Every now and again he gonna give you some words of encouragement. And let me tell you something: in those toxic relationships, the bar is set so low that shit, all he got to do is give you one compliment to make you feel like he really cares. He ain't even got, because the bar is so low. So my point is this. You said you loved him. And I get that. But how much do you love yourself? And that's rhetorical. Because loving him, you're so willing to bend to what he wants and what he needs and what he's doing, and so understanding and forgiving and chance giving. But why don't you give yourself another chance at being happy again, being whole again, another chance at loving the right person this time? So all in all, my advice to you is you got to know when it's time to talk and when it's time to walk. You two are past the talking phase. Talking ain't really working for you. Boy, he probably got a good mouthpiece on him too. He'd be like, yeah, I'm about to leave you. Babe, man, it's okay, man. I'm gonna get it together. You know I love you, girl. You know what I'm saying? I got your back. You know I'm going through some shit. But I'm gonna be there for you. And you be like, you promise? Yeah, girl, I promise. Y'all gotta quit allowing these men to talk y'all out of y'all decisions. And you gotta do that by walking away, ladies. Walk away.
Yeah.
Walk away. All right. So you enjoy your day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, no problem.
Bye.
Peace. All right, listen. I know we got a few more people on here. So we got Kim, Grace, Miss Green, and Kim said, I don't want to be on. I'm just watching. What the fuck you talking about? Okay. And then we got another person, Celeste. Is it? Maybe that's how you pronounce it. So listen, what I'm gonna do is I gotta bounce. I gotta go to this little workout thing. I'm doing these every day though. So don't feel like just because I get long-winded, I need to figure out how I can not be long-winded, but I be so invested in people's stories. I don't want to feel like I'm rushing them. You know what I'm saying? Because people be trying a whole bunch of time to finally get to talk to me one-on-one, and I don't want to rush through it. You know what I'm saying? So you other people that's on here, I got a good memory though. So if I see y'all next time, I'm gonna pick on y'all first. Okay? Sound good? Don't be mad at me. I know y'all like, Ace, I don't wait 40 minutes. You better call on me. But next time, I promise I got y'all. All right. Thank y'all. I'll holler at you later. Peace.